Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Roger Wakefield. Now, I've been plumbing for 45 years. Started doing YouTube 7.5 years ago so we could jump in here and hang out with y'all every day. I learned along the way. The more I learned, the more I earned. The more I learned, the more money I made. And I knew it because I started studying my niche, my industry, my business, my profession, and started studying it really, really well. And I moved up and started doing pretty good. And then I decided, look, what if we, as you say, I'm not here alone, but what if we did this live every day and just taught a lot of different stuff from all around the trades? That way we help all tradespeople learn, grow, and make more money. And like I said, I am not here alone.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. I am Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt. And that's it, man. Learn and earn. And it's great. And teach also, because you pass on that knowledge to those next up and comers so that they can earn as they learn too. And man, I was a 20-year pipe fitter by trade, everybody. Grew up in a family full of plumbers. This is my dad. He taught me how to do it a long time ago.
I'm your dad. You admitted that?
I know. Shh, don't tell nobody.
Okay. Shh, y'all don't tell nobody.
Secret.
He normally don't tell nobody.
Rare.
He's like, I don't know who he is.
Yeah. We're brothers, remember?
Yeah,
We're brothers.
People say y'all look a lot alike. He's like, yeah, no, we don't.
But I do. Like, I did all that. Grew up around plumbers. Now I love what I get to do. And we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where I get to build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And if you're a plumber out there, I build equipment for you.
Congratulations.
Tools for your hands. That's it. It's simple. It's easy to use. Push button activation. The only adjustment on the whole thing is a volume knob. You've got the probe for that yard service, anything from that meter to the home, irrigation lines, stuff like that. But also I build the sidekick, which is my favorite. It's that pistol grip style, super comfortable, but it's got that aluminum rod on it. And that aluminum rod is what eliminates the layer of concrete you're listening through, asphalt, driveway, sidewalks, any of that stuff. Listen right through it. It eliminates that layer. Check out the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that you need. It's what we call the business in a box, set up for single person operation for leak detection. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro, or give me a call at 8888 LeakPro.
And guys, we get to do this, like I said, because of something I started doing 7.5 years ago, YouTube. If you're not doing YouTube for your business, for your brand, for your niche, for your industry, for your profession, you should be. There's people out there every day looking for the information that you have. And like I said, we started it 7.5 years ago, got so good at it that our plumbing company, we were able to grow, scale, and sell. Now, we do social media all the time, but that's why we do what we do. I also teach people social media. I teach people how to get in the trades. I teach them how to get better at the trades, how to start their own business, how to use networking and social media to grow their business. And if you're not using YouTube yet, I promise you, you should be. And if you want to find out more about it, I made a free webinar at justmattroger.com. And if you're already in business and you want to learn more, you want to learn how to grow it, but you don't want to feel like you're handcuffed to one of those big best practice groups, go check out Residential Service Professionals for a business operating system, coaching, consulting, training to help you get to where you can spend more time working on your business and less time working in it. Now, that is at residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into the national news here. Small contractors backlog is getting down to 5.8 months. Now, the latest numbers from ABC tell an interesting story. Small contractors, those pulling in under 30 million a year. Man, if that's a small contractor, I was a tiny contractor. We were doing about $1 million a year. Man, we thought we were doing good. And it started coming up from that. I think we got up to about 1.5.
I was gonna say, I think small business is still considered 2 million or under or something.
That's what I thought.
So,
but small contractors apparently 30 million. And here's the thing, guys, and you'll learn this in Residential Service Professionals. If you're doing 30 million a year, you should be carrying home 6 profit. Know your numbers. Okay, but these numbers are still setting at just 5.8 months of backlog. Now, the larger firms, they're still setting comfortable around 8 months or so. Now that gap tells you something. The big players have their pipelines locked down with industrial and infrastructure work. They're doing the data centers, the EV plants, the highway packages that run on for years. And you build these relationships with these general contractors. And sometimes they just call you and say, hey, we got another job for you. Now, meanwhile, the smaller companies, they're living job to job. They're only projected out 5.8 months, and that's coming down. But they're trying to stay ahead of the material costs and delays. Now, that is hard to do, especially when you don't know when something's coming in or lead time on it. So here's what this means for you. Diversify your project types. Don't wait for that last commercial build. Look into the public sector maintenance or smaller infrastructure jobs that keep crews working steady. Build rolling bid calculators. I used to hate one of the companies that I worked for. Literally, if we got work, they quit bidding. They did.
Yep.
Shut it down.
Yep.
They're like, we can't look at nothing right now.
Good.
It's like, no, guys, we're going to be done with this job and we're going to need something else. But they would not even look.
I hated those contractors because, oh, it's layoff time
It's
again.
feast or
Yeah,
famine.
no joke.
Yeah.
Like, here we go. Okay, well, how long till they get the next job? Yeah, probably a month. You know, they're going to be pushing
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to get
They're
one.
going to be jumping out saying, we
Nobody's
need more
working.
people.
Oh,
We need more
We
people.
got to get going.
But if you'll build these rolling bid calculators, you're not looking 6 months ahead. If you're not, you're already behind. Okay. Use a slowdown to document your SOPs, cross-train your team, update safety or estimating templates. Maybe hire an estimator that, keeps you busy all the time. Most importantly, strengthen your relationship with your GCs and the municipalities. Backlog is built on who picks up the phone when the work opens up. Think the long game. Okay. If you're not thinking the long game, this is where the small contractors become mid-sized players just by learning to operate like the bigger companies. And guys, it's not hard to do. Look ahead, build relationships with GCs, tell them, hey, do y'all know we do design build? So many different opportunities.
That's it. Like, I loved the company I worked because we were super diverse. We had all sorts of projects, but we always kept a core project, this big, massive project. And guys, you're probably not that big, and that's fine. You don't have to freak out about that. You don't need anything that big. But if you do like small retail spaces, things like this, get something that's a little longer term and have it on the books. That's where you can keep all your guys busy and still knock out your little hot shot, quick turn projects on the side. But having that bigger project on the side where you can always send guys to what we called our anchor project, our core. Because guess what? If you run out of work, guess what? Send them to that job. Why? There's plenty of hours that need to be used on that job. And they're a great resource for labor for that job. So let's keep it moving and keep thinking that way.
And it's always nice to find a job just to keep you going.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the bottom line. Effective strategies for minimizing overtime costs. And that's what happens when you lay off a bunch of people, then you got to work overtime because it's like, well, we don't have enough people to do all this now.
That's it.
Now, this one hits every owner where it hurts. Overtime, hits them right in the pocket check or pocketbook. Overtime looks heroic on paper. Guys grinding late, hitting deadlines, but it quietly bleeds your profit. If you bid most jobs at a multiplier of 1, hey, we're going to give us, we've got 40,000 hours to do this job. Here's how much it is. But then you start eating into that at time and a half. You're eating up those 40,000 hours a whole lot quicker than you think. But what is working for contractors who've dialed it in? First of all, put in a tiered approval process. No foreman authorizes overtime without the project manager sign off and written justification. That alone right there cuts just because overtime in half. Why are y'all working this weekend? Just because we ain't got nothing else to do. Just because we want to get done a little bit early. Next, schedule smarter. Use simple forecasting tools, even a shared spreadsheet to balance the workloads across the crews. I used to love it because I was a good plumber. And when I was on certain projects, they'd say, look, you're a journeyman. We got people working. We have to offer it to you if you want it. And I said, yeah, I can come and fit for a guy. The welder's like, dude, you were jam up, so you can fit for me anytime. But you've also got to reward your efficiency, not the hours worked. How efficient are your guys? Pay bonuses for crews that hit production targets within the regular time. It'll cost you less money than overtime. And then track the data. If your sheet metal guys average 12 hours every Friday, that's a logistics problem. That's not an effort deal. They're trying to get stuff done when they're supposed to get it done. Most overtime happens because of a bad sequencing or materials not staged correctly. I used to tell you, I would have my yard dog get materials, a crate of fittings, bundles of pipe, whatever it is, up in the work area at least 2 or 3 days before I put my crew there.
That's it. They're like, even, okay, so the sheet metal there, you said 12 hours on Fridays. Guys, it doesn't have to be 12 hours for the whole crew. Let's say they went in to stage some materials early.
Yeah.
We used to do this a lot. Come in at 4 a.m. to unload sheet metal trucks.
Why is it easier to do that?
Because nobody's in the way.
Nobody's on a job.
But guess what? You take that day, split the crew. Let half come in early to unload trucks while nobody's there. The other half can be there for full coverage while the GC's there. So you have men on the job like you're supposed to per contract. Don't just, we got to work overtime to get all this covered now. You don't have to, guys. You can do some outside of the box thinking. We did rotating 410s to where half the crew was Mondays, half the crew was Fridays, full crew Tuesday through Thursday, hard and heavy. And it was great. Think outside of the box. Sometimes it'll help you here. Fix that flow, not the people. And remember, your tired techs, they make expensive mistakes. It's cheaper to rotate those shifts than to redo work. Okay. The best owners that I know, they treat overtime as a profit tool, not a panic button. Okay. That's what overtime's for. It's supposed to be built into the job, not, we're just working it because, well, we should have had this done. No, you need to plan better next time so we actually do have it done.
And here's the problem. We're short tradespeople. We talk about that all the time. Yeah. I mean, we probably talk about that at least once a week. Here's what's going to happen, guys. The shorter we get, the more overtime we're going to want people to work. The sooner they're going to burn out, the sooner they're going to be done or be like, yeah, I'm out.
The more accidents or mistakes happen on jobs also, because guess what? I'm a machine.
Yeah.
3.5 months. Guess what? I may broke a machine, leave me alone, turn me off for a while because I need a break.
All right. It's Monday.
It is.
Safety. Guys, safety is something that, and we talk about all the time, Mondays and Fridays, the most accidents occur on a job. Now, preventing falls through improved guardrail and netting systems. And I don't even want to talk about improved guardrails. You better know to check, make sure your guardrails are up all the way around the floor every time you walk on it.
And they can support 250 pounds on that top rail.
Falls are still the #1 killer in construction. Slips, trips, and falls are the #1 accident in construction. 36% of all fatalities last year, 36 falls.
More than a third.
Yeah. Guardrails, nets, controlled decking zones. These save lives, but only when they're respected. Too many sites treat them like temporary clutter once framing gets moving. Here's what separates the pros from everybody else. Use an engineered perimeter system. Quick to install, they're reusable, and they're standardized. Audit it daily. Make it part of your foreman checklist, not a once-a-week glance. And to be honest, every foreman for every crew should have to walk that job. Because if I let Randy walk it and he's with the electricians, hey, like how I did that. And I'm smart, I'm with the plumbers.
It's going to be electrifying.
If I let him walk, if I let him walk around and check it and he messes up and miss something, I still can get fined. Educate the why, not just the how. Apprentices who understand what a fall feels like from 20 feet, they're the ones that'll double check that clip every single day.
Get them to bring out a tester and demonstrate a harness.
Yeah.
You watch that body drop and get caught, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah. I don't want that.
I'm going to watch my footing because
yep.
I don't really. Now, don't get me wrong. I always wear a harness. I did a lot of shaft work. If I ever did fall, I would have been so glad to have my harness and protection. I wanted to prevent that though. And that's why luckily I never did fall, because I paid attention to everything, because I didn't want to be that dummy on the end of that cord.
And the way to fix this is bring in a third-party inspector. Bring them in once a quarter. A new set of eyes spots what complacency overlooks. There's one Denver framing crew who cut incidents by almost 80% just by adding a 5-minute guardrail talk every morning. Top of mind, guys. You make them think about it. They walk on the floor and they're looking around for whatever you talked about. Safety is not red tape. It's craftsmanship with a conscience. One of the worst things you ever want to have to do if you're a superintendent, foreman, owner of a company is call somebody and say, hey, look, daddy's not coming home today.
It sucks to even take a guy to the clinic for anything that happens on a job. Even if it's the smallest cut, it sucks having to deal with that at all.
Yep.
Pay attention. Safety is important, and it is Monday, guys. So keep
Think
it
about
top
it.
of mind. It's important today. It's important every day, honestly, but especially on Mondays and Fridays, like we talk about every week.
Shout out to Mr. Matt McDonough says, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing and Viking Leak Whisperer. What's up, brothers? Happy Margarita Monday. Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Like and subscribe. Good to see you in here, brother. Hope everything's going well.
Happy Monday.
All right. New construction. Randy. What? Hey, jump back in. You're the one person that has to be responsible for your safety. Your life depends on it. Yep. Yes. I have seen it jumped on me.
Too many people just winging.
Yeah. Too many people just winging it. Yeah. That is not good.
And then they pay the price for that mistake.
It's not good at all. Yeah. Don't be like them. Eduardo Molina, good to see you in here, brother. Hope everything is going well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Now let's think about what we're doing on Monday.
That's it.
All right, Randy, in new construction, and you love robotics.
I do. We're going to get some good stuff. All right.
I believe
But robotics. Let's talk robots that are actually on the job site. Because, guys, they're here. And they are working right alongside crews. They're not replacing them like we all thought would happen. But there's some companies out there like Dusty Robotics. They're rolling out the layout robots that mark entire floor in a quarter of the time.
That is crazy.
Okay. Rebar tying bots. They're cutting labor strain. You ain't got your guys bent over there. Nope. You've got a robot running around tying all that rebar down. And prefab facilities, they're welding, they're cutting with robotic precision. Slashes that rework.
No, we've already seen that.
I've seen that. Like it. Oh, yeah.
I remember when Beard first bought a robotic welding machine, cutter, welder, whole 9 yards. And I'm like, y'all are crazy. Once I saw it working, it's like, holy Toledo.
Once they figure out how to write that program, like the fastest welders I've seen, oh man, guys, a whole nother level is what it can take us to. And it's awesome. But there is a trade-off, okay? Because you're going to need some tech-savvy field leaders who can actually calibrate it, troubleshoot it, and integrate those systems.
And if you don't have somebody like that, you're up the creek.
That's it. Like in our local, it was required for pipe fitters and plumbers, no matter what, to all go through orbital welding. Because they wanted everybody to at least understand how the programs get written for semiconductor work. Because we have a lot of that in our area for plumbers and fitters here. So it was for everybody. But there's a contractor that I saw last month. They used robotic layout. What took a 2-man crew 2 days? 4 hours, guys. That's not eliminating jobs. It's changing them. And I've seen this with some guys that you actually train that go in and scan places. They go through with a little remote control car and scan these tunnels and all this stuff. And then they go back and sit in the office and design everything and figure out
what was wrong with it.
Every offset, every part piece that has to go into it. And they go, here's what we need y'all to build for that now. You go in, you throw it in, and there's room for every single thing that you did because it was scanned. It was done before. It saves time on that back end, guys. It gives you more time on the back end by saving on that front end.
So how do you do it now? Well, a good way to do it, partner with local tech schools, get your apprentices exposure early, start pilot programs in your shop. Even one layout bot, that can increase your output so freaking much. Most of all, Lead with consistency, not fear.
Curiosity.
Well, curiosity, consistency.
I mean,
you
aren't
got
you
to
curious how
lead
much
with both.
time it'll spend?
I am. Automation does not replace craftsmanship. It makes it last a whole lot longer.
And that's like, what's the key, guys? Oh man, I'd love robots to save this, to save that, to save that. They're creating robots for what we do in the field now, guys.
Every
That'll
day.
help us. It's quicker, you know. Like, come on, isn't a vacuum cleaner faster than that broom? Electricians, comment below. Let me know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it.
Man, did you see that bus run that guy over?
Boom.
I'm just saying. Quick. All right, mindset growth. Building confidence in young trades apprentices. Every veteran remembers the first day. I remember mine. You're nervous, you're clueless, you're trying not to mess up. Confidence is built, not born. And here's how the best mentors I know do it. Give context, not just commands. Do this. Do this because, or here's why we're going to do this. Explain why we're doing something before you explain how to do it. That way it starts making sense to them. Celebrate the milestones. That first perfect joint, that first inspection passed, take them to lunch. Say, hey, man, you know what? Lunch is on me today. You did good. Let apprentices fail under supervision because controlled mistakes teach faster than the lectures. And you can't give people a hard time.
No, and cut down on the hazing culture. Okay,
I thought it said remove.
It does.
I thought it said don't ever do it.
Bullshit. We're in the trades. All right, come on.
You got to have a little bit.
You do have to have a little. Day one, like we're all nervous. And guess what? Somebody sends you for that sky hook. Let them search for a little bit, but then reel them in. Okay,
that's costing the company money.
That's it. Yeah. And that's a major thing. I'm not going to say completely stop hazing anybody new in the trades because guess what? They do need some thick skin because we are in the trades and we deal with a lot of hot, heavy stuff. But cut down on it. Okay, respect them. We're all people, and like that's the one thing that I felt like was too much hazing was whenever you started disrespecting them as a person. Don't take it too far. Respect the builds better. Okay. If you respect, it builds better tradespeople.
Better relationships.
Way better relationships. Okay. And the little hazing you do it as a teaching lesson. Like that's the ones I always did. My favorite one was when the old welders, oh, here, bend this 7018. How many rods you think you can bend? And then I go over to do it and I pop my shirt collar up to do it. And they're like, whoa, stop. Don't waste that rod. What do you mean? You've done this before. No. Well, what'd you fold that shirt collar up for? Because when you bend that rod, all the stuff jumps off of it. Like, come on, I thought about that. It's a learning process, though, because even whenever you do that, guess what? The flux burst off that rod, therefore getting rid of the flux. It will not do a pocket, so you cannot keep welding with that part of that rod. You learn something from that. Track your skill progress monthly, too. Apprentices love seeing proof that they're actually improving. Track it. Let them see it. Confidence comes from repetition and belief. Okay? Belief in the craft and in themselves. You've got to build their confidence up, and that's what this is about. And as a leader, your tone sets that belief. When you say you got this and you mean it, they feel like they've got it. You build that confidence for them. Why? Because you are their trainer. Don't ever forget that. They're looking up to you all the time.
And they always will. And they'll tell others, hey, look, if you have a question, go over and ask Squirt because he'll be honest with you. And that's one thing when I started making videos, one of my favorite comments to get is, Roger, look, you taught me something and you didn't make me feel stupid. To me, that's cool. Now, I get to do that through YouTube. So I do get to sponsor this video because of my other channel, Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. And the cool thing about it is that I started doing YouTube 7.5 years ago. And it blows my mind that it's been that long. But literally, I spoke at a conference in Orlando this last weekend, and it was just literally, wow, look how far I have come. Look what I've done. And if you're in a profession or an industry where there's nobody teaching people the right things to do, or maybe you teach something better than anybody else, I would recommend starting YouTube. Get on YouTube. You can start growing. You can start building your brand. You can start building a great reputation. But you know what? You'll start helping people. That's one thing that I said at the conference that I was at this week. And I said, I'm almost at 700,000 subscribers. But the part I really like is I'm at almost 140 million views. And I'm like, that is cool. Pretty soon, YouTube's going to be more important than your website. It's the second largest search engine in the world, but people go to YouTube to learn. And if you teach them why you're the best, they might believe you. Show it to them. Prove it to them. If you want to learn more about doing YouTube, kickstarting your YouTube channel, go to justmattroger.com. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and also we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where, like we were talking about building the confidence, guys. If you're not familiar with leak detection, I offer a 2-day in-person training. What is it about? It's about that repetition and building your confidence. Okay. Start out, there's 130,000 square inches out there. By the end of the 2 days, every time you're going to go, here's where the leak is. It's going to be in the hole within 12 inches every time. I've had guys hit dead on money. That's what we call it. But 2 days, it's hands-on. I'll run you through 30 to 50 leaks. Gives you that repetition, builds that confidence. Teaches you how to listen to that leak, because they really do tell you where they're at. You just got to learn how to listen to them. You do. I'll teach you how to use that whole complete kit. I've got 11 leaks under the slab to train you on, 1 outside of the slab so that you can pull that probe out, get used to what that sounds like also. But also I've got a couple sewer systems set up, 1 cast iron and 1 plastic, where I can teach you to go to the clean out outside of the home and determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking. So if you're a plumber out there and you're ready to bring leak detection in-house, give me a call at 8888 LeakPro. You can check out the website, leak.pro. Check out the complete kit. It's what we call the business in a box. You can book me for a Zoom call there so we can talk about the equipment or the training and how you can actually bring this in-house and become the Leak Pro in your area. So give me a call, guys, 8888 LeakPro.
And guys, if you've already got a company, but you're like, you know what, we're still learning our systems, we're still learning our processes, we're still writing our systems and processes, guys, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It's a best practice group that's going to give you a business operating system and coaching, consulting, training, accountability partners, people to say, hey, look, why aren't you doing this yet? It's like, man, I keep saying I'm going to. Okay, then do it. Quit talking about, quit saying, I'm going to do something, and say, I'm doing this. If you need something like that to help you grow your business where you can spend more time working on it and less time working in it, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. All right. All trades. And this is a good one because this is something, man, I need a lot of work with. But best practices for conflict resolution on construction projects. Every single job site out there, guys, there's friction. Yes. It's how you handle it that defines your professionalism. But there's tricks to it. First of all, establish a clear chain of command. Foreman, project manager, owner's rep, anything at all like that. Talk to the foreman. If that doesn't work, talk to the superintendent. If that doesn't work, go to the project manager. But keep understanding there's a chain of command there. Then document the facts, not your emotions. Take photos, keep daily logs, timestamps when arguments, take pictures. It's like, hey, man, I took that on my phone. It says it was taken at 11. You said you weren't there at 3. It wasn't done. Yeah, it was. And sometimes you just need to take time to cool down. Go to the office trailer. 10 minutes of calm heartbeats can save you an hour of yelling. You've got to get down, breathe, relax, thump, tap, whatever you do. Get your heartbeat down.
I tell my guys whenever heated up, go for a walk. I don't want to see you for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Disappear.
Where you go? I don't care. Go. I do not want to see you for 10 minutes. Just go and ride. Just go.
You can go sit in the porta, Johnny. I'd walk around the job.
Whatever.
Do what you want.
That's it. It happens though, because conflict pops up, guys.
Yep.
Walk the job together. See the issue side by side, and that turns that you versus me into us versus the problem.
How do we fix the freaking problem?
Okay, because that's what it's about. Most of the time, it's not just conflict. No, it's they're passionate. They're trying to get their job done. Somebody's trying to keep them from doing that somehow, some way, or something along those lines. But encourage your foreman to talk, not text. Okay, the tone, it gets lost in messages. I hate having to send email. I am a on the phone guy.
You bet.
If you've dealt with me at LeakPro, you know most time we do way better on the phone. I'm good at email communication because I worked in the office a long time too. But like I tell the people in the office, call him. I've sent this guy 5 emails. Pick up the phone. Did you try to do that yet? Well, no. Why not? Call and talk to him. Clear communication.
And the good thing is, the good thing that I love about that is, and Randy said it, there's no tone in a text. Nope. I can say, what's wrong with that? Well, he may get upset and be like, well, I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. And no, I was asking you a question.
Yeah. I've written some I took into the team and I read it in my tone I wrote it in, but then I'm like, hold on, wait, here, you read it.
Let me change
How
it.
does this make you feel?
That's
like,
freaking
please, because I just need to know how you read this. What do you feel? Do you feel the way you heard it from me? No, not at all. Why? Because there's no tone in just the words. Okay. I worked with this one MEP firm. They cut rework 35% after mandating daily trade huddles. Simple communication, and it's clear. Teacher leads how to defuse, not to detonate. You don't want that welder any more pissed off than he already is. Diffuse the situation. Don't make him blow up and leave, and there you go. Now we got to find a new welder to get out here.
You know, a good thing too, and this is a hard one for me to learn, but when guys are upset and talking really loud to me, I'll start talking a little bit softer, and just talk so soft that literally, and you watch them because they'll go from yelling to leaning in and listen to you because you're talking so soft they can't hear.
Yep.
And now they're focused. They're looking at your lips. They're listening to every word you say. And it's like, man, look, I'm not the problem here. I'm part of the solution. Let's figure out what we can do. Okay. I know my guys didn't do this to you on purpose. Whatever the problem is.
I want to beat them just as bad, but
yeah,
that's not the right way to do it here. Let's figure out the right way.
I want to throw them off the roof too, but then we're all in trouble.
That's it.
Teach your lead technicians how to diffuse the situation. And if you're not teaching them that, tell them to go for a walk. Hey, go calm down. Go do whatever you got to do. Yeah. Helping Handyman says, good morning, gentlemen. Good to see you in here, brother. Hope you're doing wonderful.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Matt said, had a great weekend. Hope yours was great. Still thinking about fishing, though. Okay.
He set fish out before he left.
Yeah. Quit thinking about fishing. Think about what you're doing. Matt says, my apprentices are quizzed every day.
Love that.
Then I give them a verbal test at the end of the day. Every time they're blown away about how much they learned. I love that. That is so good. Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education, making the trades great again. That says, boy, oh boy, gentlemen, have to go be a hero. Yeah, me. You know, dude, you do it all the time.
Hey, look, we're reading all that tone and all that text. Look at
I
us go.
know. Ha, ha, ha. Have a great day, gentlemen. Love what you guys have done for the trades. Love you. Bye. Brother, you be good. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, love you, bro. Have a great week.
Absolutely. Randy,
Laws and licenses, guys. Okay. New regulations on lien claims. And we know we don't like to deal with them, but we know it's part of the process. Okay. And this one, it's a biggie for owners and your administrators.
Yeah.
Okay. Lien laws are shifting in several states this year. Texas, just an example here, they require digital preliminary notices within 15 days of most work. Miss that, you lose lien rights, period. Okay. There are schedules that you have to meet to be able to hold up your end, just like they have to hold up their end. Okay. It's not a single-sided thing. Other states, they're expanding coverage to include equipment rental firms and design and assist trades. They know what all goes into it. Okay. I've had projects we've designed and been a part of for years, and then they went away. What happens? Do we get paid for that? And luckily we did, because it was part of it. But that happens. Sometimes you got to put this lien out. If you do multi-state work, you need a centralized system, okay? Software or outsourced compliance, either way. But you're going to want to track every notice, every deadline, and delivery confirmation. You've got to track it all. And guys, also remember, liens, they're not threats, okay? They're leverage to get paid. You're just trying to get paid for what you did. Train your admin staff on the new timelines before invoices start backing up, though, because that one that you miss, that's going to be the one you've got to do a lien on. I guarantee it. Stay on top of it. Get prepped. Get things in line. But old saying still stands. Paper wins the payment every time. And like I learned that in estimating whenever I was writing up proposals today. It's like, look, you have to be very clear on everything you have and don't have in here. If not, it's a contract. You're held to it. Payment terms. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with any of that part in the estimating side. I got to push that onto the boss. But guess what? If they miss, liens start coming into play, things like this. Why? Because guess what? I've got to have that money so I can keep all these other jobs going and everything's still rolling. We've got a machine and it's moving. We cannot stop it. So CYA, guys, it's important. And liens aren't fun, but you've got to be ready for them because they will get you paid sometimes whenever you need to get paid.
And guys, getting paid and trying to fight for it later is a pain. Yeah. It's, you want to get paid when you're done, when you're supposed to.
Yeah, that way people aren't tearing up your, what was that driveway that Matt sent us, man, where contractor getting paid, but technically it was the subcontractor that didn't get paid. Everything else was paid out. Man, they destroyed all sorts of stuff. Pretty wild.
Mr. Justin Spalding in here says, good morning. What's up, Wakefields?
How's it going?
Just another beautiful day, brother. All right, business training. Effective communication strategies for your team leaders. Now, 70% of job site mistakes come down to poor communication, not the skill gaps. Guys, communication can completely freaking ruin a job. So here's how to lead it off like a pro. Number one, follow the rule of three. Say it, show it, write it. Say it, show it, write it. Now there's complete clarity. There's complete transparency. Look, I told you I was going to do it. I did it. I documented that I did it. Showed you I did it. Focus on outcomes, not micromanagement. We need this hung by 3 p.m. so the electricians can rough it in at 4. Clear as day.
So clear. What has to be done, when it's got to be done, and why it has to be done by that time. I know that there's 1 hour. That's for me to clean up and get out of the way because the electricians are going to be coming in to get started at 4. That's why that hour window's there.
And just like you had time to get your materials in place, they need time to get their materials in place.
That's it.
Hold a 5-minute morning huddle. Short, consistent, focused on today's task. What are we trying to get done today? What's on a schedule that is today's the completion date? This has to be done.
One of my favorites was at the end of that morning jump and bump, stretch and flex, was when the foreman would look at every man before he sent them off. Do you need anything from me this morning? What is it? Okay, boom. Go ahead. I'll be up here in a little bit. Do you need anything? And he would go every single crew that he was sending out to find out, hey, what do you need from me right now to fix your situation? Is there anything? Now, me, most of the time, it was, by the end of the week, I need this, boss. I'm good for the next few days, though.
And if you'll do it that way, you can replace blame with curiosity. Well, what can we do better next time? Instead of, hey, Squirt, who jacked this up?
That's it.
Oh, no. Yeah. Listen first. Man, one of the coolest things that I ever learned is listen to repeat. When people are talking, listen to them. So you could literally look back and say, okay, so Squirt, what I heard you say is that through communication, we can eliminate having these problems in the future. The best leaders, they talk less and they ask better questions. Get very clear about what you're going to say before you're saying it, but don't be thinking about what you're going to say. Listen to everything, then reply.
Got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah, use them proportionately.
Listen appropriately.
Yep. When your crew feels heard, they'll follow you anywhere. That is leadership. That's not authority. If you know, and one of my coaches, Brendan Burchard, you say, look at people's forehead, pretend that they have, see me, hear me, acknowledge me, love me.
Yeah.
Make it that easy.
Yeah. I ran a lot of small jobs in the industrial space where I had max like 8 guys on the job. Most of those guys would do anything for me.
You bet.
All the time, though, I would have one-on-one conversations with every single person on the crew, from the top guy to the apprentice that fills up the welding machines.
And believe it or not,
over himself.
And believe it or not, though, it takes every daggum one of them.
It takes everyone. Like when the apprentice spilled gas on himself, and I had to let him go home and change. Like, go home, wash up, please.
Yep, please.
Now, it sucked. Why? We were down our apprentice the rest of the afternoon. It was right after lunch when it happened. It's like, well, dang, no apprentice quitting time today, boys. And we're going to have to help them. Here's what we got to do. Let's make this shift.
When that would happen, I would jump in and say, look, I'll be your apprentice. What do you need? And they're like, no, you can't be my apprentice. It's like, yeah, I can. Let's go. We know how to do this.
Oh, most of my guys, they were like, boss, it don't matter. Just watching that kid do that was well worth it. I got to broom this afternoon.
Justin Spalding says, I got emergencies galore today. Wanted to drop in and say hi. Brother, hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
All right.
Handle them.
Man, we found something cool last week.
Yeah. See, look, I didn't forget about you.
I know. Vehicles. We're going to move into vehicles.
Into vehicles.
But this is a little different. This is a little different.
We're talking wraps versus, yeah, right. No.
Yeah.
Screw that.
This isn't wraps. This isn't electric. This isn't diesel. This is.
I know y'all saw the thumbnail. If you're
flying
on YouTube.
Vehicles. In the future?
In the future. In the now.
In the now.
In the now. In the now, guys. Okay, let's look ahead. Flying vehicles are closer than you think, though. The one on the actual thumbnail, if you're in YouTube, they created this thing. It's called the Jetson.
The Jetson 1.
The Jetson 1. I love this because I was like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought to name the first one Jetson. That's just genius. But guys, there's companies that also like the Joby Aviation, Archer Aero, Hyundai's Supernal. Supernal? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're all on track for FAA certification within the next year.
EVTOLs.
EVTOLs.
Electric vertical takeoff and landings.
Vertical takeoff aircrafts. They'll need vertiports with high voltage charging, HVAC cooling, and safety systems. Okay. Guess who builds that infrastructure, though?
Electricians.
The trades. Period. Takes all of us.
It does.
Okay. Electricians wiring that 480 volt 3-phase. Plumbers running cooling loops. Convenient bathrooms located at the vertiport.
Because when you get out, you might need to go.
That's right. HVAC techs maintaining charge bays. Okay. This is the next big field. And vertiports, it's a pretty cool thing.
Guys, I got so excited when I saw this because it looks like the Jetson Mobile.
That's it. And this is the start where it needs vertiports and things like that. But guys, I'm thinking beyond where it's not a vertiport needed. You get to pull up to your customer's location.
I want to fly from the house to here, just back and forth.
Yeah. Hey, that one you could.
That would be easy.
That one you could. Yeah. I think the Jetson, the one, it's like a 20-minute flight time or something that we looked in.
And that shouldn't take me but 2.
Because if you're a young tech out there just getting in, this is probably going to happen. You will be flying from call to call with your tools. Because that's what my major thing is the weight of tools and things like that. That's going to be a big one to overcome. But guys, it's going to happen. You know it will. The skill set you're building now, it can put you right in line for those aero infrastructure roles. Okay.
They're going to be coming, fellas.
We're not just building buildings anymore. We know that. I mean, I love the infrastructure, civil work, things like that. We're building the future's runway, guys.
Such a cool way to put it.
It's here. Like, and it is so cool just to watch it and look the way they're operating and stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm a gamer. I would love to go play with that thing. And that's all it is right now. It's a toy, trust me. But how far out do you think it is before we're actually flying? You from home to here.
You know, I don't think that's too far, but I think it's going to be a lot longer before it's running service calls.
Yep.
Because, you know, the more weight you put on it, the harder it is to do. And I get that. We all get that. We understand it. But my whole thought process behind
We'll just make everybody fine. We can drive our service vans with nobody on the road.
There you go. See, I like that.
Oh, done.
I like that. But look, guys, we know autonomous vehicles are coming. They're already here.
Yeah.
You know, somebody jumped in last week and said, "Hey, thinking about going to truck driving school. What do you think?" I'm like, I wouldn't.
Yep.
I'd become a plumber, an electrician. God, that was hard to say. Or an HVAC tech. The three biggest trades, three most popular trades. You can make more money as an electrician. I mean, as a elevator, escalator service installer. But guys, if you ever want to work for yourself, plumbing, electrician, HVAC, you can do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. It really does work like that. All right. Ooh, the real Julie Jones jumped in. Says, good morning, Roger and Randy. Teaching leaders how to respond in tense situations is one of the most important skills to advance the company's culture and keep projects moving forward. Y'all, Julie Jones is an amazing trades company coach, co-founder of Residential Service Professionals. And man, she's great at what she does. She's coached $1 million companies, actually $100,000 companies, all the way up to multi-million-dollar companies. So Julie Jones, great seeing you in here as always. Yeah, I do. I like that thumbnail. All right. Social media. Now, if you haven't checked out Will Prowse, you're missing one of the best educators in renewable energy on YouTube. He tears down inverters, tests batteries, and explains solar systems in plain language. 1.5 million people watch because he teaches like a tradesman, not like a professor. Electricians looking to expand in solar can learn system design, wiring, and safety straight from his channel. Now, his approach is simple. Real tests, no hype, and humble delivery. That's what trade education should be like online. Clear, honest, and hands-on. If you're thinking about content creation, watch how he breaks complex systems down into easy chunks that are easy to understand. And that is teaching done right.
Man, solar guys. Okay.
And we talk about specialty a lot, and I want y'all to think about this, because if you're an electrician and you are not doing solar, there could be a problem.
That's it. Guys, want to build an awesome off-grid solar power system? My videos will teach you everything you need. No experience necessary.
I'm loving it already.
I was watching one of these. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to get into it because I'll tell you a little. Started back in
Randy says, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing here for long.
Well, it was really cool, but he got to learn some lessons, safety, like everything. It's going to tie into a lot of things that we know from the trades. I know very well from being a big old pipe fitter. Started back in 2007, over 1 million subscribers, 140 million views. Sounds like somebody I know.
Mm-hmm.
Does some cool stuff here, guys. We're going to start out with the oldest, how it all got started. Then we'll get into some of this new stuff. Servo robot arm controlled by potentiometers.
Right up Randy's
That's like
alley.
a microphone, guys. And Arduino. Or, oh, wait, potentiometer is a volume
It's like
knob.
the volume
Sorry.
knob, not
Yes,
the microphone.
I know, I just went, wait.
As soon as you said, I thought, wait a second.
No, that's not. I know. Me too. Yeah.
But you're the one who taught me what it was. So
I know it. Yeah. Controlled 5DOF robot arm. Grew up doing robots. And I watched some of the local robot wars and stuff at high schools around here and stuff. They do some really cool stuff, man. If y'all watch Robot Wars, let me know. It's a good time. It's been a long time since I watched one of those. $60 bicycle trailer dwelling. Mike's latest creations. Check it out. Started doing some different things, guys. Okay. It's changed, though. Let's check out Popular real quick. Dirt cheap lithium battery, cheaper than lead acid. You're going to love this. Electricity for beginners. Volts, amps, watts, fuse sizing, wire gauge. I probably should watch that video maybe twice so that I have an idea of what all that stuff is. If you don't know much electrical, it's going to be a great video teaching a lot of the electrical terms that I don't know much about, obviously. I just know that it sparks and it zaps you, and I like to use it to weld. That's about it. Build your first solar power system, beginner's tutorial guide. Teaching you every part, because you've got to catch the energy, you've got to filter the energy, store the energy, and be able to send the energy out and all that stuff just quick, guys.
Or you can be me and be the energy.
Just be the energy, like, hey, full of it.
I like
guaranteed. But I want to get into the latest, okay? Oh my gosh, look, I almost watched 3/4 of that. Huge 32 kilowatt Life DIY battery. 90-minute build. He builds this big old battery storage unit to be able to store power to charge his EV. But he dropped one of those batteries on his foot.
Oh, man.
Had to take some time off because it bruised. Luckily, it was just bruised, and it, like I saw it.
I'm surprised it didn't
I'm just
break.
like, oh my gosh, that looks like Bill's foot after he dropped a piece of pipe on it. It happens. We've all been there. So he actually got a forklift now because he deals with some good weights he's getting into now. So he had to learn, man, I need more equipment to be able to pick up heavier things. And that's a side thing of learning that he kind of talked about, though, because when you start getting into heavier things, you're going to need
different equipment,
new pieces of equipment. That's what a lot of people are like, oh, pipe fitting's so hard. How do you get that big pipe up? Look, there's so many tools out there.
Randy says, I just put it on my shoulder. I climb up the ladder and I slide it in place.
That's it.
Hold your tongue just right.
For some sizes, that 24-inch. I wish I could do that.
There you go.
That'd be cool. But guys, getting in here, sodium ion battery, reality check, how to size a DC fuse or a circuit breaker. Teaches you a lot of the super basics. And I love it because it's a lot about solar. And we talk about solar a lot. Kind of intrigued. Our curiosity's peaked about it. Over here at Will Prowse, he does a lot of it. Does some deep dives so that you can actually learn the right information that you need. So
cool stuff.
Definitely a good one to check out.
It is. I want to go through comments here. Just another one right here. Julie says, I saw an article this morning about empathy being the most important leadership skill employees want from their leaders. I love that. And another one I saw a while back, emotional intelligence. The people that understand emotional intelligence make more money because they understand people a whole lot better. All right, best practices. Before we close out, let's talk about something that can truly move your business forward. residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It's not another course. It's a community. It's built by real tradespeople who have scaled successful service companies. You'll get pricing calculators, SOP templates, hiring frameworks, marketing playbooks, everything that these companies have used in the field. But more importantly, the most important thing you get coaching. You get coaching from people who have actually turned a wrench, made payroll, sat and laid awake in bed wondering why the phones aren't ringing. You get weekly calls, you get masterminds, you get accountability groups. It's the mentorship that so many people wish they had when they started out. We didn't have it starting out. And when we did, we ended up signing with the best practice group. And I hate to say it, I was really disappointed in the coaching that I got. You'd call them and they'd say, well, I sent you a form. Okay, you sent me a form. I don't know how to fill it out. Well, you'll figure it out. It's like, that's not coaching. If you're serious about turning the chaos in your business into consistency, this is where you'll find it. Go check it out at residentialserviceprofessionals.com, to where you can join a team that completely gets it, that understands it, that has not just talked about it. They've done it. They've coached it. They've learned from it. They've grown. The good thing is the best mistakes to learn from are ones that other people made, because then you're not making them.
That's a wise way to learn.
Yeah, it is. I wish you'd thought that when you were younger.
I know, man. No, that's no joke. And for any youngsters out there, listen up.
Anyway, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
That's it. Difference between smart and wise. Okay. There is a difference. Smart people have to learn the lesson on their own by making the mistakes. A wise person can learn from just hearing a story of somebody else's mistake and learning the lesson that way.
Great seeing Julie Jones in here.
Yeah.
Guys, like I said, Residential Service Professionals, it's going to give you a business operating system. It's going to give you coaching, consulting, training, people to hold you accountable. That is one of the most important things right there. And you're learning from people that know exactly what you're talking about. It's not some guy in a suit sitting behind a desk. I don't know. You ever put on a suit and sit behind a desk?
Not sit behind a desk.
No,
I don't ever sit down when I'm in a suit.
Weddings and funerals.
That's it.
Sorry, y'all. It's about how you
Or
get.
parties.
Yeah,
Good ones.
some good parties. That's right.
Good.
Matter of fact, yeah, I've turned down speaking gigs before because they're like, well, you got to wear a suit. It's like, no, I don't. I'm like, no, you got to. It's like, I'm not your guy.
It's not who I'm talking
It's
to.
not. Yeah. It could, because man, when I walk on stage in a suit, I'm lying to everybody there.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi, I'm Roger Wakefield. I'm an executive plumber. No, I'm Roger. This is just me.
You bougie plumber.
I know. So go check it out at residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, guys, we do every day what we get to do because of something I started doing 7.5 years ago. I started doing YouTube. And I started doing it because Julie allowed me to. I started doing it because I needed to grow a plumbing company. I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. I tell people all the time, imagine driving down the road, throwing $47,000 cash out the window and knowing when you get to the office, your phones are not going to be ringing. That's what getting ripped off by OPM marketing, other people's money, because every time you walk in, they just want more money. They kept saying, well, if you'll spend more money, we can make your phone ring more. Well, I'm spending a truckload now and you ain't making it ring like it should. Why would I give you more? If you want to learn how to use YouTube to make your phone ring, go to justmattroger.com. I will teach you how to use YouTube. Then you can expand and use it in TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go check it out at justmattroger.com.
That's it. And everybody, we'd also like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we get to build the most precise leak detection equipment for professional plumbers. And guys, when I talk about the system, it's the complete kit. It's what we call the business in a box. It comes with both pieces of equipment, that probe for anything in the yard service, that meter to the home, irrigation lines, stuff like that. If there's concrete, asphalt, anything like that above the leak, you're going to want the sidekick that comes in that kit. It's the pistol grip style with an aluminum rod, and it's a less dense metal, so it enhances the sound more, which eliminates that layer of concrete you're listening through. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro, or give me a call at 8888 LeakPro, because guys, don't just get the equipment if you don't know how to do leak detection. Come spend a couple days with me and get trained, get the confidence of being able to go out and do leak detections on your own. Give me a call at 8888 LeakPro, and let's talk about it so you can add this to your business.
And guys, the confidence is what it's all about. The confidence. Man, when you walk out of here and you know what you're doing, you can make money at it. Guys, we appreciate y'all being here. We love what we get to do. Thanks to Julie for jumping in, Matt, Justin Spalding, Helping Handyman, Eduardo. Thank all y'all. Love y'all jumping in and doing what y'all do. Guys, it's Monday. Keep your crew safe. Think about what you're doing today, not what you did this last weekend.
Not
that
fishing.
Way everybody, yeah, not fishing, Matt. That way everybody goes home safe. Whatever you do out there today, do it safely and hit it effing hard.
F yeah, guys. Happy Margarita Monday. stay focused on safety for today, please. A lot of accidents happen.
Margaritas after work.
That's it. Margaritas are definitely after work, unless you're here. Man, hope to see y'all in here tomorrow. We're going to have a fun Tequila Tuesday. Bye, guys.
See y'all.